I should be back online any second now. With voice effects. It didn't fix the other weird thing I saw, but it's okay. I still have the workaround to deal with that. So yeah, a reboot always fixes it, right? Another weird thing is that for some reason the voice mod virtual audio device was disabled. TV. I don't know how that happened, but whatever. Windows update, I guess. I did hear the effect. Hell yeah. So we should be in business. Alright, let's get started then. So, we're Phoenix in a new country. I guess we're going to practice law here. I don't know. Let's find out. Phew, I'm finally here. So this is the kingdom of Kaorin, huh? What a long trip. I wonder how many hours I was in the air. But just look at this place. Get a load of this street. It really feels like I'm in another world here. I think I need to turn the game up.
Welcome in Estralatamil _ aka _ Stella.
There we go. We're getting some fresh welcomes in. Thank you. Thank you. Glad you guys are back.
In Phantom to Jappy.
Phantom to Jappy. There you are. In that gorgeous temple. I read that that's the center of town. Wow. An ox right in the middle of the street. I have to get a picture of that.
Welcome in Crispic Cat.
Excuse me, sir. I wonder what kind of bird that is. I've never seen anything like it. That's quite a crest it has on its... Excuse me, sir. What? Oh, yes? Pardon me, but are you Mr. Wright? Yes, that's right. Oops, was I on the wrong voice there? Because it wasn't showing inner voice. Hopefully it was inner voice. Now it should be. Oops, hope he hasn't been trying to get my attention all this time. Wait a minute, are you? That's right. I'll be your guide? Is that his name? I will be your guide. I'll be your guide, I think is how I'm supposed to say it. I love it, dude. They're already hitting us with that. That's right. I'll be your guide at your service. I'm a monk in training at a temple. Nice. Gotta love it. And I'll be your guide around town. It almost feels lazy, but I just think it's fun. It's very nice to meet you. Happy Rocky? Is that what it is? Happy Rocky? Happy what now? That's what I'm saying. Happy Rocky. That's how we greet people here in Kaorin. It's like hello or how do you do? It's a pretty handy expression to know. Okay, let me give it a try. Hello, I'm Phoenix Wright. Happy Rocky. That's how he said it. My name is Phoenix Wright, and I run a small law office. Well, that's what I do back home anyway. Right now, I'm just a traveler, a stranger in a strange land. Welcome to our country. Welcome to the kingdom of Kaorin, land of spirit mediums and mystery. This is for you. It's a magatama. Or is it like a cake? To celebrate your arrival. Speaking of mystery, what is this mysterious green lump exactly? Allow me to explain. This is a famous Kaorinese sweet bun. It's called the Magatogman or soul bun. All the exclamation points are getting me. I don't know how to handle that. I'm not familiar with that. I'm just a simple man from Japanifornia. Exactly. It's shaped like a magatama. It's so yummy, it'll send your soul right to the Twilight Realm.
That doesn't exactly make me eager to try it.
Thanks.
I think I'll indulge later.
That will be 20 Dommons. Thank you for your patronage.
I have to pay?
I always have plenty of those on hand, so just let me know if you ever want any more.
And if Maya was here, she'd want the whole bag. That's how they set the bun that's been sitting in a bag that's just a plate for protection. Yeah, like, how is that thing even still, like, in that shape, dude? It's honestly impressive. I eat it, but it's just me. Can't say no to a soft bun. No wonder his bag looks so heavy. It's stuffed full of all of the tools of his trade.
Oops, I almost forgot to tell you something really important. It's about Miss Maya.
Oh.
Miss Maya! She can't come to see you for a few days yet.
Yeah. When I called her from the airport, she said she was still training up in the mountains. Told her I'd wait for her here. Either way, I was glad to hear she's in good spirits. And not in any trouble, being accused of murder again. Maya Fey. She's a spirit medium who's used to work as my assistant.
Maya!
I came all the way out here to celebrate the end of her aesthetic training with her. Wait, aesthetic? Am I saying that right? Training with her? I don't know if I said that word right.
It's Maya waifu.
Yeah, exactly.
Maya waifu.
I had a muffin yesterday morning with chocolate chips and cherry pieces. Oh, that sounds pretty good. Inside with real melted chocolate on top and cream. Oh my gosh, Turkish Delight they call it. Ooh, were you in the wardrobe as well? I always think of the Lion, the Witch, and the Wardrobe with Turkish Delight. She better be in good spirits. We saw that, what happens when she's in bad spirits. Yeah, we don't want her bad spirits taking over Maya, do we? I'll be. This is my first time in this country, so I'll be counting on you, okay?
You got it, sir. Please don't hesitate if you need anything at all.
Maya was right when she told me I could leave everything in your capable hands.
Ah, shucks, she said that? That sure was nice of her. I had a chance to show Miss Maya around a little bit, too.
If there's one person Maya was worried about, it's me. Because we both know trouble likes to follow you everywhere you go, she says. That girl worries too much.
But you sure came early to the party, Mr. Wright, sir. I mean, Miss Maya won't be done with her training for another 2 weeks.
I hate to admit it, but I came early because I was worried about her too. Oh, well, you know, I thought I'd get in a little sightseeing first.
Oh, sightseeing? Well, I'm your man for that. I'll show you all the best sights this country has to offer.
Got steam coming out his nostrils, dude. He means it. Thanks. That would be great. I guess Albie takes his job very seriously.
Well, what are you waiting for? Those sights aren't going to see themselves.
Yikes. You don't have to shove.
First stop, Temple Temple. Right there in the center of town. There's something there I really want to show you.
Oh, look at it. It's so beautiful. It's like, are you supposed to walk through the water, though? You know, like how the water goes all the way up to, like, the bottom of the stairs? Like, what, you want me to walk through the water? Is that, am I supposed to wash my feet before I come in that beautiful pool outside? Like that word for you says ascetic? 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 I don't know. I'm still struggling. April 23rd, 4:45 p.m. Temple Plaza. Wow, it's even more impressive up close.
Allow me to explain. This is the heart of our town. Temple. It was created by the founder of Karianism, the Holy Mother herself. I'm training right here at this temple to be a monk someday.
I read that people in this country are all adherents to Karianism. Karianism. Is it Ray? Ra? Does it matter? According to my guidebook, it's a religion in which ancestral spirits are venerated. Ancestral, that must trip me up.
The Holy Mother was a great spirit medium who could commune with our ancestors' souls. And spirit mediums become queen to this day, direct descendants of the Holy Mother.
A spirit medium rules the entire country, huh? Talk about power and influence.
The main thing you'll want to see when you come to Temple is the Dance of Devotion rite. The Dance of Devotion takes place twice, once in the morning and once in the afternoon. This dance, along with the Song of Ceremony, is performed in offering to the Holy Mother. The Dance of Devotion has the power to summon forth souls. Karianism believes, it's ways to live. Hold it, slow down. Can't remember all of that at once. I'm sorry. I guess I got a little overexcited.
Anyway, main thing I got from all that is that you really, really love your country.
Well, that's sure. Wait, that's sure true.
I like this kid. He pours his heart into everything he does.
Let's see, I guess I just explained about half of what I usually explain. So I'll give you a special discount and only charge you 10 diamonds for the tour fee. Thank you for your patronage.
Yes, he pours his heart into aggressive salesmanship too.
Come to think of it, Ms. Maya told me she could tell I love my country too.
I mean, who couldn't, dude? Yeah, we filled our fast talker quota for this game. Yeah, it's always stressed me out because it's like I want to know what they say because I'm sure they say some pretty funny stuff sometimes, but I don't get to know. I'm too slow.
We stood here for about an hour while I told her all about the Holy Mother.
Really? An hour? I hope that counted as a patience training.
And she seemed really interested too. She listened to my whole speech.
Huh. That doesn't sound like the Maya I know.
Miss Maya is so kind and nice. She treats me really well, like a little brother. She's kind of like a big sister to me.
This is Maya Fey you're talking about, right? Maybe she's grown up since I last saw her. Clang. Yeah, it's never vital information. Yeah, it's true. It's just the flavor text. What's the matter?
Is it that time already? We have to hurry into the temple right away. But first, let me give you this lyrics card for the Song of Ceremony I told you about. There's an English translation on the lyrics there too, so give it a read, okay? Let's go.
But why the big rush?
If we don't hurry, we'll miss the beginning of Her Benevolence's Dance of Devotion.
Her benevolence? Is Maya gonna dance for us? Here we go, and suddenly anime. This making anybody else feel really weird?
Oh no.
I'll be your guide. You're under arrest for treason.
I'll be your guide. Treason? What? Looks like we got our first client.
I can't believe treasonous scum. How dare you! I'll be your guide! April 24th, 10:10 a.m. High Court of Coleraine. Accused lobby. It's different here, isn't it?
But I'm not impressed by her dance. Yeah. Yeah, they tried. Let me in. Why won't you let me in? Because you're a foreigner. What business could you have with this court? I told you my friend is on trial in there. I'm a lawyer. You see my badge? The police raided the temple in the middle of the dance performance yesterday and arrested Albie on suspicion of treason. I was worried about Albie, so I just had to come see his trial. A trial isn't a tourist attraction, so clear off. If you want a picture of for your scrapbook, take one of me and get out of here. Look, you've got it all wrong. Just great. Well, guess there's only one thing to do. Tell him I'm a lawyer, or tell him I'm Koreanese. Tell him I'm a lawyer. Hello? Come on, bro. 2 out of 10 for the outfit. Oh, you didn't like the outfit? Yes, I'm a foreigner, but I'm not your average foreigner. What? I'm actually a lawyer. Back at home, anyway. What? Lawyer? I can't. That's not possible. What's he so shocked about? Well, whatever. Now's my chance. Nothing wrong with a lawyer going into court, right? Wait, get back here, you... Oh yeah, we got in there. We're in. What kind of rifle is that supposed to be? You know, I didn't even take a close look at it. So this is a Koreanese court. Wait, isn't that her benevolence? What's she doing here in court? The divination seance has been performed. I will now hand down my verdict against the accused. Oh, new text and stuff. This is all pretty cool. It's like it was our mix between an MP40 and a Thompson. What? A verdict already? But the trial only just started. Guilty? There's gotta be some kind of mistake. Please take another look. Seances performed by Princess Raifa are infallible. They show only the truth. What right do you have to question her abilities? But I didn't... Look who it is. This is the country that Pain actually wins in.
Isn't it ironic that you, a devout adherent to Koreanism, would dare doubt her insight? Non-believers will only be met with suffering in the Twilight Realm, you know. But I didn't do it. Your benevolence, allow me to explain, I beg of you. Be silent, impudent whelp. There is no merit to be had in indulging in the ramblings born of a criminal's unclean soul.
Damn, dog.
But...
What in the world is going on here? The judge made his ruling based on something called a divination seance? What is Albie's attorney doing? Does he even have one? Wait a minute. Where is Albie's attorney? Why is this happening? I didn't do anything wrong. Foolish child.
Doubting the divination seances tantamount to doubting the Holy Mother herself.
Damn, dude, this is where Maya's at?
Your Majesty, as royal priestess and in the name of the Holy Mother, I command you. Impose the highest penalty against this unclean soul.
As you command, so shall it be done, your benevolence. May her holiness grant us her divine favor. Or Dihara Kahrain.
Or Dihara Karain. Kurain. Kurain. That's what they're saying. Kurain. Oh, we objected. Oh, hell yeah. Can you even do that here? Well, we're doing it. And we went over to the only place we know to go.
Wait just one moment. You're...
Me and my big mouth, now what?
Mr. Wright? What are you doing here, sir?
Well, I'm in it now, so I have to do this right.
Oh, we couldn't afford a lawyer from his Magataga bun money. Yeah, and apparently they don't appoint you one.
Your Honor, it's too soon to give your verdict. This trial has only been underway for a few minutes.
Excuse me? Who on earth are you?
Well... an ordinary tourist, Your Honor, just passing through.
A tourist, are you? Happy Rocky.
Happy Racky.
But more importantly, where is this boy's defense attorney?
Defense attorney? Whatever are you talking about? He doesn't need a defense attorney.
Wait, what?
Of course you wouldn't be aware, being a foreigner and all. But we have no need for defense attorneys here in the Kingdom of Kaurain.
Oh, I forgot to go into streamer mode. Hold on. Here we go.
We leave it all up to her benevolence's sacred power of spirit communion.
I love how they just modded the original judge, right? I think it's so funny how it looks like, like just like a weird different dimension of the same room, you know? It's like all the same like setup and everything too, like where the witness stands or whatever. They even have like a spot for the defense even though they don't need it.
Her divination seances determine all.
What? But surely you see that surely you see how unfair that is. What kind of insane court system are they running here? You would dare mock me, you barb-headed buffoon. If you value your life, you will leave post-haste. Or shall I summon the bailiff?
The bailiff is that big scary dude with the big scary gun, isn't he?
I'm sure he would be happy to oblige you with a bullet or two as a souvenir for your travels.
Damn, dog, that was pretty hardcore.
At the cost of an arm and a leg, no doubt.
Now hold on, Mr. Wright has nothing to do with any of this.
Albie.
I appreciate what you're trying to do, Mr. Wright, but never mind about me. You just go ahead and go see Miss Maya.
But...
forget about me. You have to go now. I'm sure you can find another guide. There were lots more places I wanted to show you. But it looks like I won't get a chance now. I'm sorry.
the poor kid. He's trying to put on a brave face. Look how terrified he is. What can I do? What should I do?
Defend Albie, go find Maya. Defend Albie, dude. I mean, maybe if you go find Maya, we can help defend Albie, but I don't know. Just in case, let's see.
defend Albie, dude. To the death. To the death. You can always find Amma your guide. I'm your guide. I'm your guide. I can't just let a verdict be handed down with nobody standing on Albie's corner. If Albie doesn't have a defense attorney, then I'll do it. I'll defend him. Defend him? You can't be serious.
Did you hear that? Is he out of his mind?
Heaven forbid.
Defend me, Mr. Wright! What are you saying? You can't do that!
I most certainly can. Don't worry, I'm quite used to tackling all sorts of trials. Besides, can you imagine how furious Maya would be if I let anything happen to you?
Mr. Wright.
You are but a naive tourist, ignorant of our ways. But if you're smart, you will heed my advice. Do not pursue this matter any further. Looks like defending somebody is easier said than done in this country. Bailiff, throw this man out. Slap on a hold it. Oh, Payne?
Your Majesty, if you please.
You have something to say, Mr. Payne.
Why not allow it, Your Majesty? Why not have him defend the accused? It could prove very interesting. Right, Mr. Phoenix Wright?
Right. Mr. Whoever you are. Oh, damn. Don't even remember Payne, dude. Stay away from lead ya astray. I like that one. That's a good one. I would love for there to be a lead ya astray person. That'd be so funny. That's a great one. Prosecutor, are you acquainted with this traveler?
That's Chief Prosecutor, Your Majesty. And yes, I am acquainted with him. He is a defense attorney from my native land. I've had dealings with him in the courtroom before.
Heavens to Betsy!
Heavens to Betsy.
What? Mr. Wright, you're a defense attorney?
Oh, you only told me we were a lawyer. We didn't say we were a defense attorney. Have you met? What's it to ya? Hey, what's it to ya? A defense attorney? Well, this is a shock. Mild shock. You may be surprised to hear that I have more than 10 years of experience. I guess there aren't all that many lawyers around here.
Your Majesty, would you kindly allow us to proceed in the manner of my old country?
But Mr. Payne, I have already made a ruling in this case.
Call it nostalgia, if you will, but I am most eager to give it a try.
But I have a previous engagement, you see. A class together with the missus. I didn't even make that up. That sounds like a joke I would have made up.
Your Majesty, I agree we should have a whack at it. It sounds amusing. A score of years have passed since we last saw a defense attorney in this courtroom.
A score of years? How old is this young lady? A score? Yeah. A score? As in 20 years? What's the deal with this country? I don't think that lady's ever seen one. Is the judge secretly Domm? Probably. Maybe.
Mr. Payne, I want that barbed head brought to me on a stick.
As you wish, Your Benevolence. I, Chief Prosecutor Payne, will see to it myself.
Very well, Mr. Payne. If that is what you and her benevolence want, I will acquiesce. As for the defense, I hope you are prepared for every eventuality. Every eventuality? What is he talking about?
There, are you satisfied now, Mr. Wright?
Yes. Thank you, Mr. Payne. And sorry for not... Oh. And sorry for not remembering you earlier.
That's Chief Prosecutor, or the Incredible Payne, as I'm also known in this country. And you'll see soon enough just why that is. When you're forced to capitulate to me before this very court of law.
Why? They're saying a lot of big words in this one.
Why is he so strangely confident? Not only that, but what's with the gallery?
Just you watch. That defense attorney will try to twist the truth. You can bet on it. Get him, Chief Prosecutor. Crush that defense devil.
This is way more lawyer hate than even back home.
Now, if you would please give your opening argument once again, Mr. Payne.
Certainly, Your Majesty. The accused is charged with 2 crimes, larceny and murder.
Murder? Damn dog.
Yesterday, the Founder's Orb was stolen from the treasure room in Temple Temple. In addition to the theft, 2 other things were discovered in the treasure room. The dead body of Mr. Fat Roll, Temple Guard, security guard, and his name is Pat Roll. Pat Roll? I liked Fat Roll. I thought the H was before the A. Pat Roll. Patrol is this supposed to be his name, right? Patrol. I like Fat Roll though. Should we stick with that? The empty treasure box was that housed the orb, which Mr. Roll was in charge of guarding. We believe that Mr. Roll was murdered by the thief who stole the treasure.
To kill a guard named, or why did I say named? To kill a guard armed with a gun. What a terrifyingly bold act.
You think that little kid's gonna do that? I couldn't agree more, Your Majesty. Please allow me to submit as evidence the victim's autopsy report and crime photo, as is the way in my old country.
Roll's autopsy report. Time of death is around noon. His head shows signs of being hit with a blunt object. Boom. Crime photo. The temple's treasure room. The body was discovered at the base of the stairs to the altar. Crime photo added to the court record. It's been a long time since we had evidence presented in court as well. It's kind of refreshing, actually.
We may rely on the power of the seances, but our police still carry out investigations. Thus, any proof I provide is indisputable.
Oh, really? Well, forgive me if I don't just take your word for it. I could check the evidence out myself by looking at them in the court record. We'll see just how thorough you and your police were, Mr. Payne.
Such a deplorable crime. The audacity of stealing a sacred treasure of Her Holiness, our founding mother. It's a crime that strikes at the very heart of our nation.
Exactly, Your Majesty. We mustn't let the culprit get away with these heinous deeds. Indeed, such deeds are best described as treason against the crown.
Is this treasure really such a valuable object? How can you even ask such a thing? Of course it is. Why, sealed within that treasure is the very soul, the mitma of the Holy Mother. Mitama? Is that what she said? Her soul is sealed within the treasure?
Think I'll take that with a grain of salt.
You don't believe it, do you? I heard what you thought. Of course I believe it.
Something tells me I better play along.
This kind of irreverence is exactly why I dislike defense attorneys so much.
They're all atheists, and I hate them.
Your Honor, Your Majesty?
What is it now?
This treasure. I've never seen it, so it's a little hard for me to imagine. Can I see a photo of it or something?
Of all the outlandish requests, you defense attorneys are truly beyond the pale.
He's been getting awfully angry with me. And are those veins popping out of his forehead? It's forbidden for anyone outside of the royal family to view the treasure itself. They say that anyone without the proper spiritual power would be blinded instantly. That is why the average person has never seen the treasure, Mr. Wright. I guess there are national treasures that are off limits to the public back home, too. For the benefit of the shamelessly uninformed defense, let me share this newspaper article. It includes photos taken about 8 years ago when the treasure was unearthed. These are the only public photos of the outer box in existence. What's more, the treasure box only leaves the temple's treasure room but once a year, for a special New Year's rite that takes place at the palace. Therefore, this treasure box has only ever been seen by a handful of people. Treasure box forced open and its contents stolen. The average person can only see it in this newspaper article. Okay. That last statement's really gonna matter on that one.
I hear there's been a string of these thefts lately of historic artifacts from the temple. Very naughty.
Right, Your Majesty. Inexcusable thievery of precious national treasures for personal gain. And the culprit is the accused. This little boy?
So he used his position as a monk in training to get his hands on the treasures, is that it? Am I understanding this correctly, Payne?
The accused's family is by no means wealthy. To help with family finances, he works as a tour guide in addition to his ascetic training.
Thank you for giving an excellent outline of the case, Mr. Payne. Now, then, no more questions from the defense, I presume?
What? No, I do have questions.
Even more? But you have just asked a bunch. Aw. I'll make it snappy. My class starts in just a few short minutes.
What? He's still planning on going to that thing? There's still a lot I don't know about the case. Should ask now while I have the chance. Let's see. What else do I need to know more about?
Okay. The crime scene, the weapon, the motive.
The weapon? We don't know anything about the weapon, right?
Let's go with weapon.
Be safe. Bing, bing, bong. Mr. Payne, what was the murder weapon? The murder weapon was the treasure box itself. Mr. Fat Roll? The empty treasure box left at the scene had a large bloodstain on it.
How utterly reprehensible. Using the sacred treasure box for murder.
The accused came to the treasure room with the express purpose of stealing the treasure. He climbed the altar stairs and snatched the box ready to abscond with the treasure. But he was discovered by Mr. Roll, who had come to the room in the course of his rounds. After whopping Mr. Roll in the head with the treasure box, the accused forced the bloodied housing open and made off with the treasure inside. Updated. The murder weapon off limits to the public. Photo. Repeating the closest restorer. Bing, bing, bong. But the defendant is just a little boy. I hardly think he would be able to hit the victim, a grown man, on the head. Ah, very good point, Mr. Wright. But I'm afraid that won't help you. At the time of the crime, the accused was on the stairs leading up to the altar. The accused's elevated position would more than make up for their difference in stature.
Yeah, I guess that makes sense.
You idiot. Mr. Payne, your reasoning is flawless. What an elegant argument. Hats off to you, Chief Prosecutor. Top drawer argument. Your title is obviously well earned. Well, the accused's guilt is certainly conclusive. Unless there's anything else, I'm ready to announce my verdict. Very well. In that case, I find the accused...
Just one moment, Your Majesty. Don't you think you're rushing the verdict just a little bit?
I told you. I have plans to attend to. And... Ah! I'm late! It's already started. How did the time fly by so fast?
He's still stuck on that.
We haven't even heard the defendant's side of the story yet. Your Majesty, the defense asserts its right to cross-examine the defendant. Wow, I barely got that sentence out.
Huh? Did I say something funny?
Well, I think they would have laughed, Phoenix, if they thought it was funny.
Cross-examine the... What do you mean by that?
What? What do you mean, what do I mean?
I seem to have some dim recollection of that process, but I can't quite recall.
And little wonder, a so-called defendant hasn't been questioned in over 20 years.
Should I even be surprised anymore?
Anyway, I demand we let the defendant, or the accused, tell his side of the story.
Is that really necessary?
Of course it's necessary, Your Majesty. What harm could it do? I say we allow the boy to speak, Your Majesty. Though I doubt he'll have anything of relevance to say.
Oh, how kind of you, your royal paininess. Pain in the ass.
Very well, as long as it's okay with you, Mr. Payne. I'm already hopelessly late for my class anyway.
In that case, the prosecution calls the accused back to the witness stand.
Oh, but before we do, I'd like to call my wife and apologize for missing that class. She's going to be pissed. Any objections?
Go for it, Your Majesty. Accused, state your name and occupation again, if you would. I'll be your guide. I'm in training to be a monk, and I'm a tour guide too.
Why me? Now, where were we?
Cross-examining the defendant, Your Majesty.
Right. Let's do that then. At the defense attorney's insistence, I might add.
He sounds a little dispirited. His wife must have given him a piece of her mind.
She was pissed. Well, the defense had better get to it, and make it quick, if you please.
The defense? Mr. Wright, I didn't know you were a lawyer.
Well, I am, and I'm here to defend you, Albie. Don't worry. All you have to do is tell the truth, and you'll be all right.
You tricked me.
What?
If I knew you were a lawyer, I wouldn't have given you the tour. Give me back that Magataman I gave you yesterday.
Albie, what's gotten into you?
Don't talk to me. You disgust me.
Damn, dude, what the hell? Now even Alby's against me, but why?
This must be a new experience for you, Mr. Wright, being loathed by a client.
Is it new? Wasn't there somebody who didn't like us? Didn't want us to work for him anyway?
Now then, accused, please give the court your testimony. The incident occurred around noon, during the break between the morning and the afternoon dances of devotion. I want you to tell the court what you were doing around that time.
All right.
Look at that. Witness testimony. That's cool. The accused's account.
I didn't kill Mr. Roll, and I didn't steal the treasure. I'm not allowed to go anywhere near the treasure room. I've never even seen that treasure box with the green Koranese butterfly on it. When the incident happened, I was in the hallway planning out my tour route.
Well, I mean, why did he go through and describe like the picture that was on it? That's sus, dude. I mean, it's probably what I'm gonna have to push against. Were you well acquainted with the victim?
Yes. He used to chat with me whenever we ran into each other at the temple. Mr. Roll was a monk in training when he was a kid too, you know.
I bet Albie looked up to him.
But he had to give that up and go to work with his family when his family needed money. That's why he became a guard. But at least that way, he could still stay at the temple. He was so proud when he was put in charge of guarding the treasure box. He even got to carry the box in the place for the New Year's rite.
The victim's parents apparently both died relatively young. So Mr. Roll had to support his younger brother and sister as well. But even with his job at the as a security guard, I'm sure things couldn't have been easy for him.
Sounds like his circumstances and Albie's were very similar.
Mr. Roll encouraged me to never give up. Albie, you train hard and make sure you become a monk one day. Don't end up like me, he'd say. He was always cheering me on, in the training and in my tour guide business too. Why in the world would I kill a nice man like that?
Yes, I see. You express yourself well. Defense, now that you've heard the accused account, are you finally satisfied? If so, let's draw this to an expeditious conclusion.
But your majesty, I haven't even cross-examined the defendant yet.
That wasn't the end. It's been so long I don't rightly recall what this cross-examining thing is all about.
A judge who doesn't know what a cross-examination is. What fresh hell is this?
I really do wish I could remember how it works.
Should I give the judge a refresher on a cross-examination?
I feel like he's like asking if I want the refresher. Like, I don't necessarily need the refresher, but I kind of want to give it to the judge because it sounds like he needs it. Might as well.
I guess I'd better, or we'll never get anywhere.
Your Majesty, please allow me to explain the procedure. First, we lawyers listen carefully to a witness's testimony. Then we touch present R to open the court record and examine the evidence.
And why would you do that? Where is this R button you're talking about?
To find and present, with X, any evidence that's inconsistent with the statements given.
Present? I certainly don't need any gifts from you.
Clearly, something is getting lost in translation with His Majesty.
The point is, it's possible that a statement could contain a lie or a mistake.
But what do you do if you can't find any inconsistencies in a witness's testimony?
In that case, we may press
with the L button, the witness, for more information. Pressing a statement might reveal new information or even entirely new statements.
Presenting evidence is one thing, but pressing witnesses. I'll have you know, defense, that I do not allow violence in my courtroom.
Rest assured, only gentle verbal pressure is used, no physical force involved.
Well, I'm not convinced. After all, who knows what sort of tactics an attorney will resort to. I know your kind. One false move and I'll call the bailiff.
Yeah, something's definitely getting lost in translation here. For now, I should just focus all my energy on questioning Albie and comparing his statements with the information in the court record. Cross-examination. I didn't kill Mr. Roll. I didn't steal the treasure. I believe you didn't do either of those things, Albie. You do? But you're a lawyer. Of course you'd say that. Now, there's no need for that. But he's right. Lawyers always claim their client is innocent, even if they have to lie. Just like you're doing right now, accused. Don't let me in with that lawyer. I'm not lying. I didn't steal anything and I didn't kill anybody.
Like how I have like a set of lives up there now instead of it being like a meter. It's kind of cool.
I'm not allowed to go anywhere near the treasure room.
You're not allowed to go near the treasure room? Why is that?
It's a rule of the temple. They keep a lot of important things in that room.
Yes, like the Founder's Orb in particular. Only the royal family may lay eyes on it.
Didn't Mr. Payne say anyone without spiritual power would go blind?
I heard you wouldn't be blinded if you just looked at the outer box. But I've never been anywhere near the treasure room. I'm too scared. You've got to believe me. I've never even seen the treasure box with the green Karenese butterfly on it.
Why would you give that detail, my little dude? A box with a butterfly on it?
Yeah, you can see it in that newspaper article. Look. See? There's a relief on the Karenese butterfly on the treasure box.
Yeah, but it's in black and white, my dude.
Oh, this design here carved on the back of the box. I see it now. It's a sacred butterfly, said to carry the soul of Mitama of the departed, or Mitama. Its wings form a loop that cradles the Mitama and carries it to the Twilight Realm.
As you can see, there's even one depicted here behind me at the judge's bench. It's pretty cool, right? I had them painted myself.
Well, what do you know? There it is. Though it kind of looks like he's about to be carried off to the Twilight Realm himself.
Anyway, I've never even seen this treasure box. Besides, when the incident happened, I was in the hallway planning out my tour route.
Planning out your tour route?
Yes, I was planning out a tour for you.
For me? Well, thank you, Albie.
I wouldn't have done it if I knew you were a lawyer. I wasted all that time on you. Give it back.
Sadly, I'm a lawyer, not a Time Lord.
Nice one.
Actually, as soon as he heard that's what I am, he's been like a totally different person. I certainly don't think Albie committed murder. However,
Don't talk to me. You disgust me.
That outburst earlier makes me wonder if he'd willingly tell me the truth. I better compare his statements and the court record carefully. If I find any inconsistency, I can present some evidence, and maybe that would get him to open up.
All right, let's see. It's on the green butterfly. You can see in the article, but the article is black and white. We're gonna do that. Save state. I guess it would just be the picture of it. Photo in the paper, yeah. And present.
Objection!
Oh, Albie, why would you lie to me?
So you say you've never laid eyes on the treasure box, is that right?
That's right. It's forbidden, so I'd never do that.
In that case, how did you know there was a green butterfly on it?
Huh? Because I saw the picture of it in that newspaper article.
Nope. Take another look. These photos are in black and white. You couldn't possibly tell what color the butterfly is from these pictures.
Hold on, his bag. Did it just move?
Polkunka! I beg your pardon?
Palkunka. It's a word in Kairanese that people use when they're surprised.
You just exposed a lie. So this is the power of cross-examination, is it?
I should be the one shocked here by your shocking lack of understanding.
But just a moment. If the accused was lying, then that makes him more suspicious than ever.
And this just makes things worse for me than ever.
Albie, are you hiding something?
Please give only true statements. I can't help you if you don't tell the truth.
Darn, just can't seem to get him to open up to me.
So, accused, you have seen the treasure box with your own eyes after all, haven't you?
Well, maybe I did take a peek one time a long time ago when I was cleaning the treasure room.
But you weren't in the treasure room at the time of the incident, right?
Of course I wasn't.
That is a lie. You were most definitely inside the treasure room on the day of the incident. And I have proof.
He does?
This was found on the floor of the treasury room. It's a scroll entitled Notice and contains a list of temple monk duties. These instructions pertain to the day of the incident.
And what exactly is that supposed to prove?
The accused's fingerprints were found on the scroll.
What? Oh no! Where is it? It's not here. I must have dropped it somewhere.
Indeed. You must have dropped it when you were busy murdering the victim.
Notice added to the court record. A notice from the day of the incident. The defendant's fingerprints were found on it. Not good.
No. Then that means Albie was there on the day of the incident?
So this is the power of cross-examination. The more the accused talks, the guiltier he paints himself.
Yes, it would seem so, Your Majesty.
He predicted my argument and had evidence ready to refute it.
How was any of that supposed to help the accused? See? I told you can't trust lawyers. Our benevolence gallery said the kid's guilty. Just declare him guilty.
No, everything's going all wrong. Shadow, what do I do?
As I suspected, this cross-examination session has served no purpose whatsoever.
No, you're wrong.
But armed as we are with her benevolence's insight, there's no reason to doubt his guilt.
I guess I'll have you to poke holes in this inside of hers.
By the way, this didn't prove to be very interesting at all, Mr. Payne. Nevertheless, I will now finally announce my verdict.
Wait just one moment, Your Majesty. I haven't seen this divination seance for myself yet. As the defense, I have the right to check it.
Is that really necessary? I have to get home and apologize to my wife.
I guess you really did give him the business.
Your Majesty, I enthusiastically support having Mr. Wright see the seance.
You do? And why is that, Mr. Payne?
Don't you want to see it? See the lawyer being utterly crushed by the power of the seance. And then watch him tearfully beg for mercy.
Well now, I can only get so hard. Hold on.
I'm sure it'll make up for not getting to go to that class with your wife.
Certainly does sound worth seeing. And I'd like to give a juicy tidbit to the missus. She loves my juicy tidbits, if you know what I'm saying.
I've been reduced to a juicy tidbit?
Well, for an interloper, I imagine you do have to see it for yourself to be convinced. It's certainly unprecedented, but let's have the divination seance performed again. But then, right after the tearful begging, I really do have to be going.
The only tearful begging is going to come from the prosecution when we're through.
How pitiful the defense looks, still scrambling desperately for a foothold. Blissfully unaware that defeat and despair are all that await him.
Rafa.
Alright, before we you see the seance, I think it's going to be a good time to take a quick little bathroom break. So, you know, if you got to get a stretch or whatever, good time to do it. Because I will be right back in just a bit. Don't go away. There's no escape this time. You know that. You want to know why I go after pretty little things like you? No one's gonna miss you. It's as simple as that. There's always more of you. Ladies of the night. You're all dimes a dozen. Replaceable. Forgettable. Dead.
You little cutie.
There's no escape this time. You know that. You want to know why I go after pretty little things like you? No one's gonna miss you. It's as simple as that. There's always more of you. Ladies of the night. You're all dimes a dozen. Replaceable. Forgettable. Dead.
Guardian Manor is so cool, and I say that about every zone. The fingers are striking back. Yeah, they are, dude. Fucking the fingers are trying my butthole, man. What the fuck? We all decided unanimously that this man was Master Musk. And now, you're calling him a murderer. You don't think we're being a tad fickle? That's a good point. Is it a good point, though? Is it, though? No way! Don't fall for that, too, Your Honor! Oh, shit, there he is. I got him! You son of a bitch! Wait, he just tore out Connor's heart? Oh, my God! My boy Connor, dude! Wait, he didn't get in the car yet and they're driving away? You gotta take this guy with you.
Flawless work, V. Quanbo thinks your nickname should be...
They drove off without him.
So I guess he's happy.
Oh, all of a sudden he's in there.
Alvin from the Chipmunks Troubleshooter, yes. Stream Deck amazing, yeah, there you go. Alvin, Simon, Theodore, do, 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 do. Alvin.
No. What happened? What the fuck? What? Well, look at my car! What the fuck, dude? That's crazy. What happened, man? I just suddenly fell through the world? Oh my god. I am certain there's gonna be a dance party. Better butter that biscuit, you know what I'm saying? Oh, look, those cars are inside of each other. How intimate. Well, would you look at that? Just look at it. Oh, look, they're just driving through each other too. Oh, okay. And then they're all mad at each other. Yes. The proto cube. Look at that. That's a proto cube? Are you sure it's not just a proto sphere? Proto cube. Everything's a fucking cube, man. Even if it's a sphere or a cone or a cylinder, it's all cubes, baby. Soul coffee, oh shit. Oh shit, guys. Going for it. No, not everyone's grudge, damn it. See, I shouldn't have gone for it. I shouldn't have gone for it, damn it. Damn it. Look at all the little Rod in their little hats. Oh my god, they're so cute and they're different colored hats. Look at them. All their little hats. I love it. I decided too many of them didn't have hats. I was doing one of each hat at first and I was like, you know what? There's too many little Rotties. I gotta get them all hats. Jack's the one that's gotta fuck off, okay? You know, and it's just like, no, I just don't agree with that. You know, I like Tom. I hope the best for Tom, but he also left his baby to fucking die in the middle of the woods. So, not got so many good points for you, Tom. I gotta say. You know what I mean?
I brought the camera I was using at the time, just like Mr. Edgeworth asked me to.
Ho ho ho, what a cute camera, just like its owner. Just gotta slip in a little flirtiness there. So funny. Speed running, look out, whoa. Oh, step on me, mommy. Step on me, mommy. What is even, what? She's standing on my eyeballs, guys. Oh shit. Oh, thank you for stepping on me. She's like fucking delinquent. She's not wrong. She's not wrong. Oh, the cake one? Something something by the book, something something don't be crazy. Or I don't know. No, it's a piece of cake to bake a pretty cake. If the way is hazy, you gotta do the cooking by the book. Come on, don't be lazy. Never make a messy recipe or else a little crazy. You gotta do the cooking by the book. That's what it is. Bacon flavored maple bacon, maple flavored bacon. Dude, that one stuck on the wall is cracking me up, dude. Look how miserable he looks. He's like, oh no! Oh god, I'm getting there, Oh! Oh, look out, I'm sorry, mister. I'm sorry, no, please, I'm sorry. I mean, what did you want me to do? What would you do? Oh gosh. Just open it, man. There's nobody in there. We got another Walter, guys. It's another Walter. Oh my god, except it's his daughter. His daughter in the far future.
Are you stupid?
Just like your great granddad would tell me. So you better take care of it personally.
You're only making it worse for yourself.
There we go. Install the malware. What? No! Son of a bitch! Damn it! Dude, them just like suddenly getting alerted over nothing is like one of the dumbest mechanics.
Hey.
What? Why aren't you grabbing V? I don't know what the fuck you want from me, game. What am I fucking doing? Oh fuck!
Catch my meaning.
Oh shit! I'm sorry. I come in peace. Damn, dude, that's my ride, dog. Damn, dog. No. I just drove right up to the back. I was like, here I am, bitches. Just fucking annihilate me. John's got ulterior motives. Maybe John is interested in something else. What do you think, huh?
Oh, Mr.
All right. Is that? I'm back. Thank you to everybody for sticking around. And Crispy asked, was anyone interested in seeing that new Dracula movie? Honestly, I didn't know that they were making a new Dracula movie, but I'm not against it. Dracula can be a pretty cool character. I wonder how they done it. I'll check out the trailer. Is that like a theaters type of movie, like a Hollywood movie, or is it like a streaming movie, or what are we talking about? All right, shall we continue? We're about to see the seance. So, yeah, what's that gonna be like?
There she is. Her benevolence.
Your benevolence. Refa Padma Karain. Thank you for coming all the way once again.
No gratitude is unnecessary. This is simply my duty. Barbed-headed attorney.
Yes?
I'm told you question the veracity of the sacred divination seance. It would seem the depths of your irreverence and blasphemy are lost on you.
Damn dog. The last voyage of the Demeter. It's a chapter from the book movie. A chapter from the book movie. Oh, so like it's a part of like a trilogy? Is that kind of what you're implying? It's just like one part of a whole. Last voyage of the Demeter. I don't think I've heard of that at all. Interesting. Not that I'm like super on the pulse of like movies coming out or whatever, but I've not heard of that one at all. It sounds like it could be interesting though. So from like the original book Dracula, or if it was left open for sequels. Yeah, I heard that they were a while ago. They were trying to. Who is it that owns it? Like Warner Brothers or something. There's like some studio that owns like monster movie monsters, like Dracula and werewolves and shit or something. I don't know, there's a bunch of different, I'm not a horror guy, but there's a bunch of different like specific IPs. And they were trying to make like a universe keep going, but I think a couple of movies failed. So maybe this is a part of that, and they're trying to do it with Dracula here. Let's see, trying to make a monsters cinematic universe, maybe. Very hush hush. I think I only came across it because I was checking new releases. Yeah, it's interesting to be a hush hush when it's something that's supposed to be coming to theaters, you know? Shouting pretty loud for being hush hush. Yeah, that's interesting. I'd go see it, but I hate loud noises. So does that mean you don't like going into theaters in general because they're always usually pretty loud? I guess maybe not every movie's loud, but I feel like a lot of people usually go to theaters because they're loud. I'm just a foreigner, ignorant of the ways and customs of this country. I apologize in advance for anything rude I might say or do, Your Benevolence. All I want is a fair trial for Albie.
You would imply that the trials of this country are unfair. Do explain, outsider. How verdicts founded on truths imparted by the very souls of the dead lack impartiality. What's fair about trials with no defense and no chance for the accused to tell their story?
How dare you speak to her benevolence in that means, or in that manner? It's word type movies, it's not cheap jumpsuit. Oh, what does he know about anything? Ignorant foreigner. We won't stand for it. Upload cheap jump scares, but people said they were some jump out moments. Yeah, it's almost like you can't avoid it to some degree. Horror stuff. I guess you probably can. There are definitely horror movies that don't have jump scares, but it's very common, right? So you see anxious and they can't enjoy the movie. Yeah, I don't like being like anxious all the time. I like sort of like suspense when it has like it builds up, pays off, builds up, pays off. Like it's fine if you're constantly paying it off, but when it's like they just string it on for like too long or just jump scare you, like either of those like extremes, I think can be like a little bit boring or just not comfortable. Like you're saying, you're just anxious.
Yikes, looks like I really stuck my foot in it this time.
Punish him! Punish him! Punish him! Punish him! Uh-oh, dude.
Silence, one and all.
Is she standing up for me?
Be not disquieted, my people. He merely expresses his opinion.
Well, well, looks like her benevolence is going to be more reasonable than I thought.
Attorneys are ghastly creatures, with souls stained black by brazen untruths. The words of lowly worms such as that are not worth troubling yourselves over.
All right, I take that back.
The gallery wants to see bloodshed, yeah. Off with his head! Lock her up! I mean him.
None of his prattling can sway the truth in my insights. Rest assured, he will soon see the error of his foolish ways.
Now then, your benevolence. The divination seance, if you would.
Certainly. Naina. My robe, Naina. Yes, dearie.
And she just slides away.
O Holy Mother, we hold this divination seance in your name.
Voice acted. Ooh la la.
Let the eyes of everyone here be clear, and our ears be unstopped. O dance of devotion, guide the victim's soul to me, so that we may receive their final memories in the pool of souls.
Here we go. Something this dance does to me every time. So when are we getting the evidence? It's a lovely dance, but how do we know that he's guilty? Oh, here we go. Incense. Ceremony with. This is a pretty cool thing to throw in there.
What just happened? An image appeared in the pool.
A final message from the victim's soul. The last communication of his mitama. The divination seance has revealed this to us.
Her benevolence can use her power of spirit communion to project the victim's memories of the last few moments before their demise.
So what we saw in the pool was what Mr. Roll actually experienced?
In the victim's memories, we see the accused raising a weapon over his head. This is consistent with the findings of the police investigation. There has to be some kind of mistake. I didn't do it.
This looks bad for Albie. Really, really bad.
Now do you see why I'm the incredible pain?
More than I can express. And even if those really are the victim's last memories, what can I do with them?
There it is. There's the face of a man being utterly crushed. Oh, how long I've waited to see it. Isn't it wonderfully gratifying, your majesty?
Oh yes, very satisfying indeed. Now are you finally convinced, traveler? The accused is most assuredly guilty.
Am I really the only unbiased one here?
Now then, I think we've been amused enough. If you give up now, I won't even invoke the Defense Culpability Act against you. Culpability Act? The Defense Culpability Act. So I'm gonna be culpable because I tried to defend him? You'll be free to slink back into your own country with your tail between your legs. The Defense Culpability Act? What's that? What? You mean you honestly don't know?
No? What's with all the hubbub?
Well, well. Not only is he lying, a black-hearted liar, or lawyer, he's also an imbecile. Your Majesty, I think you'd better explain the Defense Culpability Act to him.
Yes, I think I'd better. The Defense Culpability Act, or DC Act for short, is as follows. In the name of Her Eminence, those who would support criminals will be deemed just as guilty. In other words, if you help the accused by defending him and he is found guilty, you will receive the same sentence as he.
What? What kind of insane law is that?
Under the DC Act, many an attorney has been convicted and met with a grim fate. Some went to prison, others received the death penalty. That's why there are so few in our country today who admit to being an attorney.
That's as it should be. The history of our courts proves that. Attorneys are black-souled creatures who will tell any lie to save the accused. Thus, attorneys deserve to be exterminated. Exterminate!
I've never felt so much hostility coming at me from so many sides. What could have happened to make everyone feel this way?
Absolutely.
This is fine. I'm okay with the events that are unfolding.
Yeah, we're okay, right? One second. Fucking pain.
You fell right into my trap, Phoenix Wright. Your win streak against me and my brother ends today. With the seance and the DC Act on my side, I'll finally get my revenge.
So that's why he was so eager to have me defend Albie.
Chased out and humiliated back home, fate brought me to the foothills of Kurain. I thank my lucky stars that I'm chief prosecutor here now.
Defense, know that if I rule that the accused is guilty, you will go to prison too.
That explains Albie's reaction earlier. Defend me, Mr. Wright. What are you saying? You can't do that.
Your Majesty, isn't a prison sentence a bit lenient? After all, we're talking about treason.
He wants to kill fucking Phoenix, dude. What a douche. Total doucher.
One should pay for such a crime with one's life.
Yes. I believe the death penalty might be appropriate under these circumstances.
The death penalty? No way. You're kidding me, right, Your Majesty?
Do I look like I'm kidding? I mean, you made me miss that class earlier. I'll have to put your life out. I'll have you put your life and your dark, tainted soul on the line here.
To death? This can't be happening. The courts of resignation. Our courts are well known as thus. In this land where my seances provide the truth and no attorneys can intervene. Criminals know that all they can do is resign themselves to their fate.
Oh, foreign lawyer, I ask you once more. Are you still Are you sure you still want to defend the accused?
Gulp. There's Maya to think of in all this too. I can't just lay down my life. What in the world should I do?
Yes.
What are our options? Continue the defense or abandon the defense? I feel like in these games you're supposed to continue the defense. Save it up though.
Isn't this why I became a lawyer in the first place? To help those with no one on their side. I can't just abandon everything I believe in.
Because he had nobody on his side when Edgeworth helped him when somebody accused him of stealing in class. I think that's what happened. A win moment.
All I can do now is stand firm and fight.
Well, don't hold your tears back on my account, Phoenix Wright. Admit your defeat and grovel before me, the chief prosecutor, for your life.
Objection!
Even if it means being subject to the Defense Culpability Act. I will defend Albie.
What?
But Mr. Wright! The defendant insists he's incorrect. Or he's innocent. My bad. The defendant insists he's innocent. That makes more sense. And not even a divination seance should be accepted without examination.
Did you mean to say you like the objection theme in this game?
Paul Concor! But if I'm found guilty, you'll get the death penalty too. Even knowing that, you still want to defend me? I don't know what happened in the past, but it looks like everyone in this country considers lawyers to be liars. So I can understand if you don't believe me. But I still believe in you and your innocence. So all I have to do is keep believing and find the truth. That's all there is to it.
Yeah, it's great.
Barbed-headed attorney, you continue to amuse me. Though your barbed jabs are proving to be more than just mere jokes. Your benevolence. Believe me when I say that this attorney will knock your insides out.
Okay.
That's enough.
Nice one.
Insolent, disrespectful attorney. You'll have plenty of time to regret your folly in the Twilight Realm.
In hell! That's basically what she said, right? Not a wise move, traveler. Not wise at all. You should have taken the chance I offered you to save your life. But you have made your choice. The Defense Culpability Act will be applied in this case. And with this verdict, you will both soon be parting with your heads.
Dead.
Jeez, dude. These people be crazy, man. Uh-oh, where's my camera going? It's just like drifting. Where you going, camera? It's just drifting over.
must be like at an angle. It just keeps sliding back. There we go. I think we're stable now. And the cable must be getting tugged when I set my... Oh, then it going again. Oh, is it following me again? Oh, it's following me. It's doing that again. I thought I had that turned off. Okay, sorry, one sec. Let me fix that.
Do-do-do-do-do. Do-do-do-do-do-do-do. Where was that setting? Oh, shoot. Where was that setting?
Quit doing that. Stop. Stop following me. Wasn't it like a hand thing? I think I had those turned off. Something I had to turn off manually. I don't understand where gesture control lock target. I can turn that on and off, but how do I just turn off it doing that? Quit following my face, you silly, silly thing. Now is it? Did I do it? Okay, I think I got it. There we go. Testing? Alright, we're good. That's so weird. It's like it must have been a Windows update, just like changed everything. So many things were wrong today. But we got it. Alright, anyways.
The souls of the departed speak only the truth, and I but give their message a voice. If you think my insights contain falsehood, I challenge you to prove it.
Insight. Interesting, that's new.
The accused swung whatever he was holding down on the victim's head. With the pain, the victim's vision went dark. This is when he lost his life. Still, I can't believe it. A murder after the morning dance of divination?
Or devotion, sorry.
These are the victim's experiences just before his death.
As the victim's final memories, we can assume they aren't lies. So how do I break this down?
Allow me to relieve you of your ignorance, Defense. Did you notice the words that appeared in the seance vision?
Words pop up too? That's pretty crazy. Come to think of it, I did see words. Like, Song of Ceremony and Incense.
The victim's final memories are not limited to sight alone. Sight, smell, taste, sound, touch, all is laid bare in the pool of souls.
So what Mr. Roll experienced with his 5 senses appears in the vision as words, right?
Precisely. And by examining these sensations, we can perceive the victim's final moments with unparalleled clarity.
Works for me. I can use all the extra information I can get. Now, to find a contradiction between her insights and the seance vision.
You're benevolent. I ask that you please show me the seance vision again. I have to do the whole dance again. Very well.
Incense.
green.
Wait a minute. Benevolence said after the morning dance of devotion earlier, didn't she? Isn't there something off about that?
It was the song ceremony. Oh, look at this. What we got on the bottom.
I'll use these arrows to select the insight. I think, alright, select the insight I think is off.
Okay, that's down here. Here's this one.
Yes, this is the insight that sounded funny. Now I'll just carefully compare the insight with the seance vision. If I notice a sensation that seems contradictory, I'll tap select.
Okay. Song ceremony, that's the room, right? A break in the Dommiverse, yeah, it was. When I was in a store 2 weeks ago, a woman came up to me and asked if I used to work at my old work. And I was like, yeah, in 2015. How funny that I see somebody I worked with in my old state. Yeah, it just feels like a small world when stuff like that happens, right? It's pretty interesting. All right, then we're up here.
This is it, the part of the vision that contradicts the insight. Now I just select the sensation I think is inconsistent and then press X.
Objection!
Pretty interesting. I like that. Totally new with the series.
Wait just a moment.
Yes? What is it, Barbed Head?
You were saying the incident occurred after the morning dance of devotion, right?
That's right. What of it?
Then isn't it strange that Mr. Roll could still hear the song of ceremony?
Oh my, you're absolutely right. I didn't even think about that. I was just ready to send this kid off to fucking hell. I had a class to get to.
Is that all that troubles you?
Huh?
What the victim heard was just a practice run of the Song of Ceremony.
Practice run? What are you talking about?
Mr. Payne, if you would.
Certainly. Allow me to explain. The incident occurred in the interval between the morning and the afternoon dances. During that time, the singers were practicing in the performance hall.
Precisely. I was there as well, so I can corroborate this statement.
I see. So what the victim heard was that practice session.
Ugh, there goes my contradiction. Okay, so they were practicing in this performance hall. That must be the room where Albie and I saw her benevolence dancing.
However, Mr. Payne, I admit one detail troubles me.
Ask away, Your Majesty.
It's a big temple. The performance hall and the treasure room are quite far away from each other. Could the song really be heard all the way in the treasure room?
He's right. It is a very big temple.
Well, how about it, Mr. Payne?
Your Majesty, have you forgotten? There are speakers in every room of Timpool Temple, including the treasure room.
Oh, that's right.
Speakers? For what purpose? Are you serious, Mr. Wright? They're to broadcast the sacred music of the performance hall throughout the temple.
That's why the victim could hear the Song of Ceremony in the seance vision. It was the practice run going on in the performance hall, heard over the speakers.
Why would you hear a practice over the speakers? You know what I mean? Remember her face but not her name. Anyone had that happen before? I feel like I have. Where was it though? I don't remember the details, but I remember seeing people and I was like, oh my gosh, I haven't seen you in so long.
Like somebody I worked with at Best Buy. I think I went into another Best Buy and they were there, I think is what it was. And that was the weird thing too. It wasn't even the same store, but they like still worked for Best Buy years later, but they were just like way higher up and in a completely different location. And I was like, oh, hey, what's up? I think that happened to me once. Not quite as big a difference as yours if it's like in your old state or whatever, but it was still in the same city technically.
There was the practice run going on for the performance hall, heard over the speakers.
Thank you for your explanation, Your Benevolence. That makes perfect sense, even to a feeble-minded old man like me. That's what my wife calls me.
Think nothing of it.
Now, if you wouldn't mind, could you please alter your insights for us?
Very well. Insight revised. The accused swung still keep the song of ceremony the victim heard was a practice run through the temple's speakers.
I think I'm getting the hang of this. If I point out an inconsistency, she'll update her insights accordingly. So if I keep pointing things out, maybe I can knock all of her insights out after all. I'd better find another inconsistency, no matter how small. It's a bit hard to focus on the insights with the seance's vision going. Try using the pause button to temporarily stop the vision. There, I paused the vision. I think I can touch the flashing panels and to jump to different parts of the vision. Try moving the Mitama mark to the flashing red panel. There.
Talking about this one.
Okay, now that I know how to get around in the seance visions, it's time to find inconsistencies between the insights and the vision.
The accused swung whatever he was holding down on the victim's head. Okay, we can't see what he's holding, so that seems like an accurate statement. With the pain, the victim's vision went dark. It wasn't with the pain, that his went dark before the pain, so that's one thing. So I should select this one then, because here she says, with the pain, the victim's vision went dark. This is when he lost his life, but it's dark and the pain hasn't even come up yet. Here, so I think I'm gonna try this one. Let's save. Sight. I guess it would be sight. Present.
Objection!
Nope, wrong screen. Domm. Are you gonna show the other screen? What's going on here? Go on, dude. There we go. That was weird. You're saying the victim's field of vision went dark right after he was struck, correct? Of course, as anyone with eyes can see. Well, pardon me, but I must disagree. What? Your Benevolence, please take another look at the exact moment the victim felt pain. Oh! Everything goes black, and then, only after that, the victim feels pain. Inconceivable! This places the order of events at odds with what you say happened. My word!
Paul Konka, Your Benevolence. What is the meaning of this?
I cannot be wrong. My insights are beyond fallacy.
If what the defense says is true, this is a very grave matter indeed. Please forgive me, Your Benevolence, but I'm afraid this contradiction is something we simply can't ignore.
Now, let's not be too hasty, Your Majesty. I think I can clear this up.
You have something to add, Mr. Payne.
1,000 apologies. It seems the prosecution has failed to make one tiny thing clear.
And that would be...
On the day of the incident, there was a power outage, a blackout, in one part of the temple. And as I recall, the crime scene was in that sector. The power outage must be why the victim's field of vision went dark. I apologize for neglecting to tell the court this detail. I'm afraid it slipped my mind.
Or rather, you knew all along and you are only letting it slip now that it's convenient, Pain.
The power outage knocked out both the lights and the speakers.
Oh, there was a blackout there, was there? Well now, that explains everything, does it not?
What do you mean, Your Benevolence? Please share your thoughts with us, if you would.
The blackout occurred when the accused and the victim were faced with one another. Fearing the victim would flee under the cover of the darkness, the accused swiftly brought his weapon down on the victim's head.
I see. That makes perfect sense, Your Benevolence.
So the victim was struck after the lights went out. The depth of your insight is awe-inspiring, Your Benevolence. Give her a hand, everyone.
Well done, you may outlive your prosper. Hey, I want to live long and prosper too.
Like how many, like, nerd references we've gotten so far.
Enough applause, you flatter me.
Now, Your Benevolence, in light of this new information.
Yes, of course. I will alter my insight.
Accused one can safely assume the accused struck the victim the moment after the blackout began.
So much for my inconsistency. At least I was able to draw out some new info. With new info comes a chance to find new inconsistencies. Now to compare the insights with the vision again and see what else I can dig up.
There's the incense. Okay, so we know whatever is holding the victim's head. The accused swung one can safely assume the accused struck the victim the moment after the blackout began. Song ceremony the victim heard was the practice run through the temple speakers. That's all I get, those three. Play it back. He swung whatever he was holding down on the victim's head. I guess it was incense? Is that what we're supposed to say? Because he can smell incense at that point? Okay, I'm gonna save and we'll try that. Smell presents, maybe? Okay, yeah, that's it's not gonna work out so well.
An inconsistency, you say? And where exactly do you see this supposed inconsistency?
Yes, Defense, please be specific.
Well, I don't know how specific I can be exactly, but I
I just get the vague feeling that something doesn't quite add up, you know?
No, I don't know. But I do know you're skating on thin ice, Defense. By your leave, your benevolence.
Do it.
Do it. That's cool animation. Anyways, back to loading. I'm gonna look at my hint. I'd like to get through this tutorial case today. There's still a lot to go. I might have to just find a place in the middle. This is a long tutorial. That's cool. Where am I at, though? I got that. Oh, okay. You know, that does make sense. I should have thought. So what we want to do is like that they can still hear the Song of Ceremony even though there's a blackout. So if there's a blackout then and it was supposedly coming through the speakers, then how can they still hear the Song of Ceremony?
Objection!
Yes, I finally found it. This is the gaping hole I've been looking for.
Your benevolence, as impressive as your spirit communion power is, it's not infallible.
You never know when to stop talking, do you? I hope you realize your words are an insult to all adherents to Kuraianism.
Defense, watch what you say. If you don't mind that tongue of yours, you won't have it left for much longer.
It's certainly not my intention to insult spirit mediums. But maybe I'm not the one who needs to learn when to stop talking.
What malarkey?
I believe you said a few moments ago that the victim could hear the Song of Ceremony thanks to the temple speakers. But then how do you explain how the victim could still hear the Song of Ceremony even after the power went out?
Oh.
This contradiction of facts can only mean that the Song of Ceremony Mr. Roll heard was not coming from the speakers. But the song kicks in, hell yeah.
What? Impossible!
What are you saying? That the song he heard was coming directly from the performance hall.
That's exactly what I'm saying. It's the only possible explanation.
But the scene of the crime was nowhere near the performance hall.
Right. The song couldn't make it all the way to the treasure room. Not unless...
You mean to say?
Yes, the treasure room was not the actual scene of the crime. It must have been somewhere else. Somewhere closer to the performance hall.
What?
You can't be serious.
There is a glaring contradiction in the claims of her benevolence and the prosecution. Therefore, the defense insists that this case be thoroughly re-examined.
What? No.
This is completely unprecedented. An inconsistency in her benevolence's insights. Unbelievable.
Heed not his forked tongue, your majesty. These are but the claims of a corrupt lawyer, a feeble ruse from a feeble mind.
But the contradiction revealed by the defense is undeniable. We can't just turn a blind eye to it.
But the defense's assertion is, in the end, meaningless. Even if the location of the murder turned out to be different, It doesn't change what we've seen in the moment of the murder.
Indeed, the accused is standing right there in front of the victim. Furthermore, the murder weapon remains raised above his head. My insights still stand.
I hate to admit it, but she's right. Seance vision still makes the situation look really grim for Albie.
I doubt even the defense can dream up an explanation as to why. The accused had his hands up over his head.
Well, this defense dares to dream of making it out of this nightmare alive.
You what?
You still insist on trying to tear down my insights, do you? You'd better be prepared to back up your claim. Remember what will happen to that tongue of yours if we find out you are just wagging it.
Of course I can back up my claim. Just as soon as I can think of something.
You appear to be fully prepared, defense. As the embodiment of this court, I give you permission to try and prove your claim. As long as you're willing to stake your life on it.
I concur, Your Majesty. Prepare the tongue shears. Chop, chop.
Chop, chop?
Yes, let's have the bailiff fetch them. I think I saw a suitable pair in the basement. Chop, chop.
More like stop, stop.
I hear that lying lawyers have several tongues to spare. I'm sure you won't miss one.
Yikes, these people are actually serious. I'm rather attached to my tongue. Think, Phoenix, think. Oh. That was weird. Other than to raise a weapon, why would Albie have had his hands up like that?
Because his hands were up because the guy was pointing at him.
Aha, so that's why.
The reason the defendant had his hands up over his head can be explained by something in the crime photo.
What explains why Albie had his hands raised above his head?
The gun! It's definitely the gun!
As in the seance vision, I witnessed the defendant raise both of his hands over his head yesterday.
You did? And where did you see such a thing?
When the police had their guns trained on him as they made their arrest.
Oh, are you saying?
The victim was a security guard, and an armed one at that. The defense proposes that the victim had pointed his firearm at Albie. And that's why the defendant's hands were raised in the air. Balganga!
Oh. She's out.
Who would have thought the seance vision could be interpreted that way?
This is not possible. It can't be.
The objection was super effective.
Hell yeah.
Not bad for a total knockout.
How dare that lawyer devil go against her benevolence?
He's no better than that traitor Snake Drook.
Traitor Snake Daruk? Who's that?
No, I can't believe it. A contradiction in one of my insights. There has to be some kind of mistake. I won't accept it.
That's right, Your Benevolence, and I won't accept it either. It goes against all we hold sacred. Throw him in jail immediately. No lease majesty.
For lease majesty? What?
Yeah, you said it. Throw him in jail. Yes, make him pay for the way he disrespected her benevolence.
These people are definitely not my fans right now.
That's right, exterminate him!
Exterminate?
The one Dalek out there.
Peace! Give me peace! I said peace! Now, everyone, please calm down.
Is he?
Your Majesty, please assign this black-hearted attorney a suitable punishment.
No, I can't charge him with least majesty.
With least majesty. I don't understand what that is.
Boo boo doo boo boo.
What's up, Una? How's it going, man? It must be pretty late for you. What you doing up so late, my dude? It's good to see you.
What?
What? But why not, Your Majesty?
He was simply following the proper procedure for defending the accused. There's nothing unlawful about that.
But Your Majesty, don't you want to wrap this trial up quickly? Why not just give your verdict? Then you can go home and make it up to your wife and make love to her.
She won't be in the mood, trust me. And we can't end this trial now. Not when we just learned new information about the case.
What?
Your Majesty, not you too. You would honestly entertain the idea that my insight contains a contradiction.
Truly, it is shocking, I must admit.
Welcome in the _Bruna.
3 emails in that, half 2 in the morning. Holy crap, dude. That's like perfect time to answer emails. Doing good, man. Doing good. Playing a new Ace Attorney game, so definitely doing good.
Truly, it is shocking. In the 20+ years since the DC Act went into effect, such a thing has never occurred. To be honest, I didn't want to believe it either. But with his life on the line, the defense pointed out an inconsistency. And it is our duty to scrutinize it to the satisfaction of the law.
You dare go against the royal priestess, you non-believer.
No, my faith is as strong as ever. But I have a duty to make a fair ruling in this trial. If you insist on interfering with that process, your benevolence.
Hey, thanks for the lurk, man. Just doing shit. Hell yeah, man. Answer those emails. You have all the people that would like to speak to you. Is it like a work thing? Are you doing like work at 2 o'clock in the morning?
I'm afraid I must request your removal from this courtroom, Royal Priestess, or not.
What?
You can't act a fool in my courtroom.
I'll have you know.
Your benevolence! Please acquiesce in this, your benevolence.
If looks could kill, I won't forget this offense, Barbed Head. I do not admit defeat. I won't.
Bailiff, please hear benevolence out.
Your Mitama will face due retribution in the Twilight Realm. The demons there they'll pluck the barbs right off of your stupid head. I hope your suffering will be super duper painful. And I hope they throw you into the lake of burning fire. Yeah, and then
She just keeps going. I guess she's still just a teenager after all.
Now then, defense. Mr. Light, was it?
That's right, Your Majesty. Phoenix Wright.
Of course. Mr. Wright, my apologies. Well, now that we have this newly uncovered fact, I suggest we proceed with arguments.
Thank you, Your Majesty.
Yes, but do not misunderstand me. This doesn't mean I trust you completely. I'll be keeping a close eye on you, so don't even think about lying to this court.
I understand, Your Majesty.
phew, maybe now we can finally run a real trial.
arguments, Your Majesty. Very well, I accept your challenge.
Huh? What's with him?
Warning.
We're getting raided! Hey, it's Noah and the gang.
Prepare for awesome.
Raid incoming.
Hype.
Welcome in. Objection! Hell yeah. What's up, Noah? How was the Wacky Wednesday stream? Let me get a little
Welcome
shout-out.
in Noah's archives.
Noah's archives. A clip, please?
You want a neon?
There you go. Perfect.
Neon.
Yeah. Blue Raiders!
Yeah. There you go. There's your
Nice.
there's your clip for the
There's good to learn about Texas and Dom's fear of male genitalia. Oh man, he should really get to know his own. And maybe it will help him out with his fear. Just imagine being afraid of your own genitalia. Every time you go to the bathroom. Oh God! Ah! No! Is that what Dom's like? Well, welcome in, everybody. Thanks for coming in. Hopefully you guys are having a good time. We are in the middle of the tutorial case for Ace Attorney Spirit of Justice. So lots of crazy stuff going on. We get a whole like new spiritual level again, like the first game. Yay, tutorials. Yeah, this is like the longest tutorial too. The fact that I'm still going through it, usually it would be like 2 hours. How long have we been going? Yeah, usually it would have been about wrapped up right about now. It's just over 2 hours, right? So, pretty interesting. Let's continue.
Oh, the look on your face, Mr. Wright. It just... it's just too hilarious.
What's so funny, Mr. Payne?
The defense still doesn't get it. The truth he unearthed is going to bury him and his case instead.
What do you mean by that, prosecutor?
I told you, it's Chief Prosecutor.
Yes, because that's the point to focus on right now.
The defense is digging its own grave. Consider this, Your Majesty. Why would the victim, a security card, point a gun at the accused?
Oh.
Oh, indeed. Because the accused was about to commit the theft. It's the only logical explanation.
What? That does sound pretty logical, actually.
It doesn't help the accused's situation at all. If anything, it makes him look even more guilty.
Yes, I have to agree.
Allow me to spell out this truth the defense didn't bother to think through. Mr. Roll came across the accused just as he was trying to steal the treasure. The guard pointed his gun at the accused, and just when the power went out, the accused murdered the victim and hid his body in the treasure room. A hand truck for moving heavy treasure around is stored in the treasure room. The accused could have easily moved the body with that.
And after all that hard work to knock down those insights, back into the old familiar corner once again.
Mr. Wright, do you have a rebuttal?
I'm drawing a total blank here.
I hope you're ready to climb that scaffold.
I asked you a question, defense.
I've got nothing. Can't think of any grounds for an objection. The only thing to do at this point is ask the defendant himself what happened. I don't know if Albie will cooperate with me or not.
Albie? Will you tell us what really happened?
You don't have to say anything, accused. Fall for his evil trap and you'll only dirty your own soul.
Albie, you have to tell me the truth. I can't help you unless you do.
Mr. Wright, I'm sorry.
Why? Why won't he trust me? Is this it? Is this the end? For both of us? Maya, I'm sorry.
I never met a real lawyer before. Everybody always told me they're bad. Bad people who help dirty criminals go free. I never thought a lawyer would actually try to help me. Would actually believe in me. Would risk his own life for me. I never would have imagined it.
Albie.
So that's why I lied. To try to save myself. But I'm not going to lie anymore. If you believe in me enough to put your life on the line, then I'm going to believe in you too.
What?
Allow me. Allow me to explain!
Now we're talking. Time to finally get to the bottom of things.
To be honest, I went into the treasure room lots of times to look at the treasure box.
Even though the temple told you weren't allowed to go anywhere near it.
Yes, I'm sorry. Mr. Roll even saw me once and scolded me. But that box is so beautiful. The way it glows in the dark. I couldn't help myself.
Wait, it glows in the dark?
That's right. It's covered in the special mineral called fluorinite. That makes it glow.
It definitely doesn't give you cancer.
It's absolutely breathtaking. It's really a shame they don't put it on display for the public. Can you imagine how many people would go on night tours of the temple if they did?
If only he applied such passion to telling me the truth earlier.
Treasure box updated in the court record. It glows in the dark. Yeah, I think this is going to go on for quite some time, so I'm going to have to cut it off here at about 20 minutes. But we'll still have quite a bit to even go through next week at that point, I think. So we'll get through as much as we can here in the next 20 minutes. But then we'll probably hard cut it off there. Unfortunately, it won't be at a 2-week continuous screen like I normally like to do. Yeah, no radiation whatsoever. Yeah, definitely need some radiation making that thing glow. That would totally be something that people would do, like, if they didn't know. It's like, oh, glowing rock, let's make some holy thing out of it. It's like, oh no, it's killing everyone.
On the day of the incident, I was on my way to the treasure room again. When I ran into Mr. Roll on the great stairs.
So those were not the treasure room stairs in the seance vision.
No, they were the great stairs that connect to the hallway.
Makes sense. The vision wasn't clear enough to show us what was at the top of the stairs.
There you go, diagram updated.
Beautiful.
All of a sudden, Mr. Roll drew his gun and threatened me with it. I quickly put my hands up. Mr. Roll, he acted so scary. For some reason, he had his scarf over his mouth. I couldn't read his expression at all. Just then, the power went out. So I took the chance to hightail it out of there. I ran for my life, even now when I try to think back on it. All I can remember are the gun and the piercing look in Mr. Roll's eyes. That must have been when I dropped the notice scroll.
Which means someone else brought it to the treasure room along with Mr. Roll's body.
Did Mr. Roll say anything to you when you ran into him on the stairs?
What is it, Albie?
I have no idea why, but he asked me a strange question. Did you steal it? He said.
What?
I'm sorry. I'm sorry I didn't say all this before. I didn't think anybody would believe me.
A grand speech. One that confirmed my suspicions that you were the thief.
But that might have just been the victim's misunderstanding.
Where there's smoke, there's fire, as they say. The victim must have had good reason to be suspicious of the accused.
Why does every new piece of information have to seem so incriminating?
Shadow. What do I do, Shadow?
And what better reason to suspect the boy than seeing the treasure box in his hands? In the course of his rounds, the victim must have noticed that the treasure had been stolen.
Ooh, sorry about that.
And then, just after that,
Why would he be going back with the treasure, though?
he ran into the accused. I'll be your guide.
No, that's not what happened.
Therefore, the one who stole the treasure and killed the victim can be none other than the accused.
Nope. You have a little dog in there? Is he got a little puppy? What now? Oh my gosh, he's adorable. Hey, Shahadu.
Hey, Shadow, down, boy.
Well, what do we have here?
Sorry about this. This is my dog, Shadow.
Oh, is my WoW not working? I didn't hear it go off. Fucking Windows probably reset all my audio devices. What are you gonna do?
You nearly gave me a heart attack.
So that's what's making this bag move.
What a cute little puppy. Can you quiet your yappy mutt down?
Shadow says that Mr. Roll made a mistake.
You can understand him?
Don't tell me this is a surprise witness for the defense.
I beg your pardon. You're not thinking of cross-examining an animal, are you? Whoever thought of that in a courtroom? That sounds ridiculous.
Of course not, Your Majesty. Not this time, anyway.
Phew. I'm glad to hear that. I thought I'd have to reassess my assessment of your sanity for a second there. Just imagine a whale or something. That'd be crazy.
I think I'd better reassess my strategy and fast. I have to somehow show that somebody else could have struck the victim, or were sunk.
While it's true that the defense was standing in front of the victim when he died, it doesn't mean somebody else couldn't have struck the victim at that time.
If you're going to go that far, then I hope this means you have another angle of approach ready.
Exactly, I mean, who but the accused, standing front and center, could have done it? Unless you can back up your claim, it's nothing more than conjecture.
Okay, come on, Phoenix. I know I can think of something convincing. Where else could the victim have been struck from?
From behind, I guess? Do I poke, like, right behind him?
In the interest of getting more things done before we have to end the night, let me look it up. I think it's behind him, though. Shit, where am I at? Okay, yeah, I was right. It's the area behind him. Okay, cool.
Let's just save, just to be safe.
Safety save.
With the defendant standing in front of the victim, isn't it possible that the victim could have been struck from behind? From behind, you say? I see. Yes, I suppose. Oh. Sorry about that. I suppose it's not outside the realm of possibility. Good. Now at least I have some breathing room. But who do you suppose it could have been? Oh, the true culprit, naturally. The one who actually committed the theft and murder of the true culprit. And I suppose you have a true timeline of events to go along with that.
Should have known I'd have to explain everything. All right, if we assume the true culprit struck the victim from behind, then that means...
After going to the treasure room and stealing the treasure, the true culprit tried to escape. But then Mr. Roll appeared, making his rounds. I imagine the culprit then quickly hid in the storeroom at the other end of the hallway.
You're grasping at straws, Mr. Wright. Admit it, you have nothing but baseless conjecture.
I'm going to look for something to base it on right now. Albie, when you ran into Mr. Roll in the hallway, was there anyone around the storeroom area?
I don't know.
Oh, look at that little doggy.
There might have been somebody there, but I couldn't see. I was only halfway down the stairs, so I couldn't see the ends of that hallway.
I see.
Swing and a miss.
Oh, Shadu says that someone was there.
I see. Thank you for that.
Too bad his testimony isn't admissible. You think this is a joke?
Maybe the defendant didn't happen to see this other person. But that doesn't mean that the true culprit couldn't have been there in the hallway.
Your desperate floundering is getting hard to watch. But I will enjoy watching you sink.
What are you talking about?
Unfortunately for you, only the accused and the victim were there in the hallway at the time of the incident.
How can you continue to make that assertion?
Because there was a witness. A very reliable eyewitness.
What?
Your Majesty, the prosecution would like to call its witness to the stand.
This is probably what we'll call it then, since we got a new witness. Perfect time to snip it. Calling an eyewitness to the stand. It's been decades since that happened.
And unlike the defense's witness, you can rest assured that there are no pets involved.
That was a low blow.
Very well. I'll allow it. And now for something we've not heard in quite some time. Bring the witness to the stand.
Alright, that'll be our to be continued. Let's take a look. It's gonna be the real murder, isn't it? Yeah, I mean, look at that face. Okay, this is where we're starting. It's gonna be a weird place to start next week, but it's where we're starting. Couple saves.
Ooh, crunchy.
Alright, let's see here. Pop over here. Well, thank you to everybody who came out to check out this new Ace Attorney game. And thank you to Noah again for the raid. Thanks for bringing everybody over. If there's anybody still here from that raid, thanks for being here. Hopefully you guys had a good time. I hope you guys have a wonderful rest of your night. Let's see. Let's try to find a friendo to raido.
and buy into it.
It's
So
funny.
different.
Right. It's funny.
Thanks, Boona.
Face.
Appreciate that. Thanka. Let's see what we got here. We got Prince Raglan's playing some Sea of Stars. Burnsy's playing some Red Dead Redemption. We got Terra the Majin's playing some Sonic Frontiers. And I got Domino on. He's still just chatting, isn't he? Okay. Let's see. Shall we? I feel like I did Terra recently. Let's do the Prince Raglan. We haven't rated Prince in a while. Prince Raglan. Hey, you too, Papa. Thanks for coming by, man. Make sure I'm in the raid as well. All right, there we go. Let me go and start it up. All right, raid is started. Thank you to anybody who jumps in on that raid. Looks like he's playing Sea of Stars. I don't recognize that. Best indie or JRPG. Oh, it's a JRPG. Okay, well, there you go. If you're into, I guess it's sort of in line with this. So, if you're into JRPGs, hopefully we'll enjoy it. But yeah, until I see you next time, you stay happy, stay healthy, because I love you. See you next time. Have a good one. Bye-bye.